This exercise in the gym would be called the overhead straight arm pull down. You would stand in front of a cable machine with the cable coming up from a stack of weights on through a pulley system across the beam, a cross beam that would be coming out toward you, and then if you had a bar hooked up to a hook on the cable and you had either hand on either side of the bar, you would go ahead and you would pull that arm with the bar down with straight arms down straight in front of you. Now I'm going to just call these all flies, so I'm calling this the overhead fly. And we're going to get into, this is going to be a little bit different. You're going to see the orientation of the body and how I have to actually turn around to finish this range of motion out. But to start it out, and I'm going to do these as single-armed exercises. This one you could potentially do with two handles, but I think that I just feel more stable going ahead and working through this with one hand, one arm at a time. So I'm going to go ahead with the anchor behind me. I'm leaving it set at about shoulder height as I did for the chest and the back flies. And to start off, again, you can see how I've got the tubes coming up from behind my hand, which is where I want the resistance for just this beginning range of motion. And this is all we're going to be doing, is just this first third. So again, you can step back in toward the anchor to decrease the resistance if you feel your muscles are tiring or it's just too much resistance for you. If it's too easy as you pull through, you can of course go ahead and step on out as you do this. And again, you can see by stepping out how I'm able to really kind of hyperextend the joint and get it pulled way on back and back of me. Make sure that your joints are stable and ready for this. If not, start from a more neutral position or with the handle slightly in front of your head. So I'm going to go ahead and do the eccentric 4 count. I want a resistance that allows me to go ahead and work through the range, not just do a couple of inches and not just flop all the way through it. So you'll have to just experiment with some of the different resistances that you have to work with. And let's go ahead and see what this looks like. Now, I'm going to go ahead now, rather than having my feet spread out from side to side, I'm going to go ahead and have a little bit of a spread where I have one foot forward and one foot back with that split. And I've got the foot on the back that I'm pulling through is the back leg. So I'm going to go ahead now and do this starting range of motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, 3, 4. Now, to do the second range of motion, I need to now turn toward the anchor. See where this first range was? I was starting from way up high and I was coming down to about here. Well, to pick up from where I was and bringing the resistance from in back of me, now I need to have the resistance coming from in front of me so I can continue in this downward position. You see the entire arc of my arm is coming down like this, and I need the resistance to always be coming from in back of my hand. So I had it in back of me to start out the position, but to do this one I now face the anchor so the arm can continue in what would be this downward arcing position coming all the way down through this range of motion. So I go ahead, I bend over, I've got the arm now in about the same position that I finished off in the last repetition, and I'm now going to go through the next third of the range of motion. Okay, so now now that I'm facing the anchor, I have my feet spread just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Okay, and I've got my hand resting on my knee, just above my knee on my other quadriceps of the other opposite leg. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, 3, 4. And again, you want to, as with any of the exercises, once you start getting into these further ranges, you just want to make sure that when you get to that 4 count, you're not allowing complete slack, but do whatever you can. Now to finish it off, I'm going to stand up. Now again, I've got the tubes coming from behind my hand to go ahead and finish this full range of motion, pulling back. Now again, my leverage isn't going to be as good as I get down to the end of this, so the range of motion might not be quite so far, and that just requires more focus as you do the 3 count coming back to the starting position. Again, just don't allow there to be too much slack at the end of that 4th count. Okay, so here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, 3, 4. Those eccentrics are killer. Going real slow back is really a great way to get a real good development of your strength here. And I had on that last one, I had was focusing on keeping my wrists slightly bent too, so that I had the orientation of the resistance coming from the back of my hand again. Where if my hand had been up like that, not a big difference, but I just feel that by bending my wrist a little bit, I've got a little more leverage on that last one as I pull on down and through. Great set of exercises. Whatever you do for one arm, I would then want to go ahead and turn around and do this on the other side of my body to get a real good combination of workouts. You do these flies one day of your workouts once in a while, along with your bicep curl and your arm extension for the back of the arm, the tricep extension. You're going to get a great upper body workout and working through the full range of the motion of these muscles.